Welcome to City Week, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Alton West. Today I'm out at the beautiful Pine Road Park with the West Point Lake as my backdrop. I will be talking with gentlemen from the Rod Benders tournament coming up in just a moment.
Look ahead, don't look back. Hold on to hope that leads you through the night.
Welcome to City Week, ladies and gentlemen. We are here at the beautiful Pine Road Park on this very windy day out here, and I'm being joined by two gentlemen that perhaps need no introduction because they've been fishing our lake here for the past 11 years. But I have Mr. Eddie Champion, who's the president and also the tournament director of Rod Benders, and also Mr. Roy Phillips. Gentlemen, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Alton.
Well, as you guys can see, we're kind of changed up on you all a little bit today. Normally we kind of do the taping in our set, but we want to put you out here where you guys have the best experience, and that is on our West Point Lake. Mr. Champion, you're the president and also the tournament director. Talk a bit about fishing our lake.
Roy is the tournament director. I am the president. Roy won't let me do any tournament.
Oh, he won't let you do it? Okay. Roy, I'm sorry. I'm trying to screw a title on him there.
It's okay. We appreciate that. But this is our home lake.
Okay.
West Point, we've always enjoyed it. The club always catch a lot of fish here. And plus, it's just a great place to have a tournament. And the Pine Road Park facility here is ideal for what we're trying to do.
Absolutely. You know, as we sit here today on this beautiful windy day and we look out in the water just kind of cascading there, and I understand that you guys pull some pretty big fish out of this lake, and we'll talk about some of those in just a moment if you don't mind. But talk about your experience being here for the past 11 years, if you don't mind, Mr. Champion.
Well, the experience has actually grown. We started off very small, and we didn't advertise. It was mostly a club tournament, and we invited other clubs. We decided to move it up to another notch with the marketing, and we've actually started to advertise. We've joined the Chamber of Commerce. We're doing a lot of things that we didn't do, and now we invite the entire neighborhood. In other words, this is a community event. It's no longer just a fishing club, it's a community event, and we expect hundreds of people to show up to enjoy the food and the festivities of the fishing tournament.
Okay, well, very good. And Roy, I'm not gonna kind of brag on you just yet.
Okay.
But you've been a part of Rod Benders for how long? Tell us a bit about it, if you don't mind.
About 16 years.
Okay.
Yes. And like you said, bragging, but 7-time Angler of the Year in my time of stay with the organization, and we are one of the largest organizations in the state. We have youth coming on, the high schoolers, and I feel like, you know, with the club doing the things that we're doing, we're gonna always be bigger and better.
Very good. And we're going to talk about how people can become a part of the fishing group as well. But I want to go back to you, Mr. Champion, and this is the 11th year. You now, you say, partnering with the Chamber of Commerce, a family event, you say. Talk a bit about some of the things that will be taking place for the family.
Well, we have a kids event with all the blow-ups, so you're shooting basketball. You can actually come out and enjoy I guess the circus part of it while the anglers are out fishing. The anglers are enjoying fishing, and the families, the wives or significant others are here enjoying the picnic area of the event. So with the food and the various games, and everybody will get a prize for the most part. We have a drawing where we give all the children a ticket where they can be drawn out and get a prize. So all the children, especially younger children, look forward to getting a prize in the Rod Benders, and we have lots of prizes.
Absolutely. All right. You know, some of the older people like to get prizes too. Okay. Absolutely. And now, Roy, you make 7 titles in your 16 years being with Rod Benders, and I understand, I think you have 3 back-to-back titles, right?
Yes.
Now, and I know, and I came to you all's award banquet last year, and I know there were many anglers there from as far away as South Carolina. I think there was from Florida, primarily, mainly from Georgia. What is it that you do, I think, what is it that you do differently, I guess, from the other anglers that continue to win that title?
I say again, confidence. Yeah, that's your number 1 tool that you have. That's the number 1 tool you got going out. So if you got confidence, most of the time that'll take you through when the fish are really not biting. You just tend to keep that confidence, keep that high level of energy, and fish hard all day. And that's what I try to do.
Okay, all right. We're going to talk about some of those winners here, because I think Mr. Champion was kind of up in that top 3 as well. We're going to talk about that in just a moment here, if you don't mind. Prizes and sponsorships. I'm going to have Dale come on and talk a little bit about sponsorship here momentarily. But how can individuals that may be watching Mr. Champion that say, hey, you know what? You know, I want to get off the sofa on a Saturday and maybe go out and do some fishing. I want to be a part of that group. How can they do that?
Well, I think we're great. Number 1, we can be found on the internet, rodbendersbassclub.org. We meet at the on Stone Mountain Street in Lawrenceville every first Sunday of the month at 4 o'clock. You have to attend the meeting and just give us the desire. Let us know your desire to go fishing, and we'll hook you up.
Okay, all right. So just come on out, and I'm gonna get Dale to give us a little bit more information about that, to how to become a member there. As far now, and like I said, I think there was members from as far away as South Carolina.
Well, yeah, we have members out of Florida, we have members out of South Carolina, North Carolina, and just in Georgia we have members as far away as Gray, Macon, places like that. So we're, I guess, what's the guys from West Georgia? So we got people pretty much all over the place that actually join the club, love the club. So you know, every meeting we show up and we have a good time. So.
Absolutely. And you know, I keep reminiscing back too, because when I came to the awards banquet, the anglers were there, their wives and the children were all there. So when you say it's a family event, definitely I could tell from the awards banquet, it is definitely in a family affair. Because if I remember correctly, Roy, your mother was there as well.
Right.
Absolutely. Because I think the last trophy you won, she said that was going to her house, right?
She did. She did.
Let me ask that, Roy. Helping the children, because I understand that it's a family event. Children that come up to you and they say, well, Mr. Roy, what is it that you do? Or can you teach me how to fish? What's one of the first things you perhaps kind of tell them about?
Well, the first thing I asked them, had they ever fished before? And if they hadn't, then we go over the basics, the safety part of, making a cast, making sure nobody's behind you. Because when I was like a year old, my mom hooked me actually in the lip, but
okay.
So we try to make sure we keep all the kids safe from that aspect of it all. But just mainly, if they got the desire, once they catch their first fish, you're hooked for life. I mean, you pretty much hooked for life.
Okay. Safety, and that's something a lot of times I'm sure fishermen may not consider when you're talking about going out and fishing, because a lot of people want to go out just for that enjoyment of it, but you always have to factor in safety in any and everything that we do, and even in the boating aspect of it. And I'm sure with you all being anglers and going out on the water, there are safety precautions that you all take. Now you talked about, I think you were saying that you all started out, Mr. Champion, a group of 12, and now you guys have grown to over 100 boats, I think, that actually come out on the lake.
Yeah.
Talk about that experience.
Well, that's actually mind-boggling. We started off with very few boats, and now people as far away as Alabama and Mississippi give me calls and, hey, I'll be there on the 16th. So it's actually, we've got people from, Mississippi, Carolinas, all over that actually are going to come to the tournament this year, and with a show of support. We as a club, we support a lot of organizations, and that also helps build this tournament. So,
okay, very good. Now, and Roy, I think, and again, I want to brag. I think there was one of the anglers this past year that his boat was giving him a little bit of difficulty. He wasn't able to launch out into the deep to perhaps be in the contention there.
Yeah.
What do you want to say about that?
Well, that's an issue just about for every angler, but hey, it's tried and true. You have problems one weekend, and the next weekend it may be your weekend. So, it's all about fishing.
It's all about fishing. Having fun. Now, I think when you and I were talking off air, it's all about having fun. So there is fun to be had when you're out
Oh, yeah.
on the water having fishing, correct?
Yeah. Anytime you get a bunch of guys together, there's bragging rights. And it's the most wonderful thing about fishing is we actually care for each other as fishermen, as people. But once you between the ropes and once you're out there, it's all competition.
The gloves come off.
Guys love the competition, and then we're the best of friends. Once we hit the bank, hey, if you need me to help you with a tire, I'm good. I'll help you with that. But on the lake, I'm out there to get you.
Every man for himself,
Every
right?
man for himself.
Absolutely. Now, Roy, I understand that to get the title Angler of the Year, it's a combination, I think, of pounds of fish that you catch. Talk a little bit about that for us, if you don't mind.
Right. As the year go on, we have about 10 tournaments that we fish a year. You actually weigh in your 5 best fish at the tournament. So as you weigh in your 5 best fish, you accumulate points. So at the end of the year, the guy that's got, say, 2,000 points versus the guy that's got 8, it's the guy at the top of the totem pole. So he would win the Angler of the Year title. So the way the organization sets up is it's fair game for everybody. So we all start out with 0, and we work our way to the end of the season, which at the end of the season, the best man standing will be the guy with the most points. Okay. So if I go out and I have a bad tournament, say the first tournament of the year, I 0. The rest of the year, I pretty much, catch fish the rest of the year. I still have a chance of winning. So if I only 0 at one time, I still have a chance of winning. Even if I 0 twice that year, I still have a chance to come back and win. You just got to catch fish.
Got to catch fish. Okay. All right. Not to give away any secrets. Is there any, I guess, lure, and y'all had to excuse my ignorance, I don't do a whole lot of fishing, but is there any, I guess, instrument that you all use more so than others to kind of help do that?
Well, I think every fisherman has got their favorite lure. I happen to fish with a Carolina rig, and that's just a worm with a lead about this far, and then you just kind of drag it slowly through the water. I'm sure that Hercules got his favorite. So, but once you're out there on a real hot day and nothing's biting, everybody's got a bait they go to. That's my go-to bait, and I think most fishermen's got the same thing.
Okay, Roy, same thing?
Yeah, same thing. You always have your go-to. It just depends on the lake that you're on. You always have that special bait you feel like that is just good for that particular lake, and that's the one you want to start off with. So, if that bait don't work, then you're scrambling all day.
You may have that 0 day you were talking about, right? Okay. So this year we have the Rod Bender's 11th annual bass tournament, or homecoming tournament, that's going to be here on the West Point Lake, and that's going to be April 16th. Talk a little bit more about that for Mr. Champion, if you don't mind.
Okay, April 16th, we'll be down here on the 15th and 14th over at the Red Roof Inn registering people. But as far as practice, we'd like for everyone to come down and have a day's practice on Friday and support the LaGrange economy. All of that is part of what we do here. That's the reason why the Chamber has joined us to make sure that this tournament is a success. So we get people down on Friday to practice, then get them back on Saturday to catch all these big largemouth out here. It'll be a perfect day for us.
All right, well, very good. Well, I tell you what, gentlemen, I'm going to take a quick commercial break, and I'm going to bring on Mr. Dale Hill, and also I'm going to bring on Mr. Eddie as well, to come on and talk a little bit more about the tournament and things that will be taking place there. So if y'all don't give me just a moment, I'll be right back, okay?
Okay.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned for more City Week coming up in just a moment.
Annoying necessity. Uncomfortable. Hot. I'm super confident, comfortable in the water.
A good time can go bad real fast.
You see the lake and it's like a big cushioned pillow you're landing in until you get slammed down and you realize it's a brick wall when you're going that fast.
What if you got hit by something and you fall in the water, you're unconscious? It doesn't matter how good of a swimmer you are.
Everyone should wear one.
Welcome back to City Week, ladies and gentlemen. We're again here at Pine Road Park. I'm now being joined by Mr. Dale Hill and Mr. Kenny. And I'm not going to say your nickname. I'm going to let Dale do that.
That's the big fella.
The big fella.
Yes, sir.
All right.
That's okay.
Gentlemen, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Well, Dale, you guys, you know, it is once again a pleasure. I just had Mr. Eddie Champion on and Mr. Roy Phillips, and they were talking about this is the 11th year.
Right.
And I know that for you, I think you've been instrumental every 11 years, correct?
Yes, I have. Been very blessed to be a part of this wonderful organization, and we've watched the development of what we put forth on here in LaGrange, and it's just turned into a fabulous opportunity and event and relationships.
Absolutely. You know, I can remember when you all came to City Hall and made a presentation to the mayor and council about you all being here in the community, having the tournament and the support that they, gave to you all. And I'm glad to see that it's continually to grow. And Kenny, I want to come over to you. And Kenny, you're pretty local, homegrown guy.
Yes.
Right up the road, Greenville, right?
That's great. That's right. Greenville, Georgia. That's where I was born.
That's where you, okay. And you're the assistant marketing director.
That's correct.
Talk about some of your experiences that you come over here to the lake to fish.
Well, in the past years, we've seen everything grow, economical development brought in, and fishing is in a turning place there. Growing, and we want to make sure that it continues to grow.
Absolutely. You know, we were talking a moment ago, I was having a lot of fun with Mr. Champion and with Roy.
Right.
And Dale, I got to poke a little bit of fun. Was that your boat that wouldn't start?
Yeah, that was me.
That was you?
Yeah.
Okay. What happened, Dale?
I just, my boat has never put me down. And this particular tournament, we got ready to blast off, and it's, that's 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. When I hit 0, I was still at 0. She wouldn't go.
Wouldn't go.
But this is a little minor problem, but it hiccuped at the wrong time. But everything happens for a reason.
That's right. Absolutely. Yeah. And it's all in fun, right?
Yes, sir. All of it's about fun.
But let me ask you a question. Did any of the anglers come to your rescue?
Yeah, they were going so fast, 0 to 60. Everybody's
nobody saw you, right?
Okay. And I wouldn't pull a guy out of a tournament to help me. I was fortunately able to call one of our local mobile mechanics to come out and see if he could get me back on the water. But unfortunately, we couldn't work it out. But I was able to fish around in the area where on my trolling motor, so I fished most of the day. Unfortunately, the fish weren't there, but it's about fun, and those things happen. I think that's what makes you a better angler. Adversity is part of fishing. Being able to work through problems and situations as they occur on the water, you've got to be thoughtful about those things, and those opportunities when they happen like that, you try to learn from, as opposed to getting down. Yeah, we spent a bunch of money to get in the tournament. Yes, I didn't catch fish, but you know what? I've got more knowledge now than I had the day before.
Absolutely. Great report. Let me ask you, in marketing, as far as marketing, I know that you all are partnering with the chambers.
Yes.
If there was a company that was watching now, Dale, and they wanted to get involved, or Kenny, how can they go about doing that?
First and foremost, they just need to contact us. Go to our website, robbendersbassclub.org. Hit the contact link and send us an email and reach directly out to us. And then we can follow up. You'll be getting a phone call from myself or Kenny or other individuals that work with us just to kind of see what their interest is, and we can go from there.
Okay.
One of the things that's real important for us, especially with local vendors, and we really encourage the participation with the local vendors, because again, our goal is this tournament is a wonderful opportunity to continue to invest in the community we love, this beautiful, wonderful lake that we're on, having the economic impact that we provide. We bring hundreds of thousands of dollars to this lake with our presence and with the people we bring to fish here. And we want to make sure that continues to grow, because that helps the local economy, it helps jobs, it helps everything continue to be a vibrant place, an attractive place for business to do business. So we understand that link, and it's very important to us that we are a driver in that and what we do in our little piece of the world of doing that. And also, it's quite the rod benders are a very diverse group of guys from all backgrounds and business acumen and exposures. And, we try to tap into those elements and use those skill sets that kind of also augment what we do.
Okay. Well, very good. I want to come back and talk about one of the particular where some of the proceeds go in just a moment. But I want to ask Kenny, Kenny, as you heard Dale talking about, you know, some of the vendors and things of that nature. And I noticed that you all going to be here also. The tournament itself is going to be on April 16th, but you all going to be here in town on the 14th and also the 15th. Now, if there was someone, you know, looking for places to stay, hotels and things of that nature, you all partnership with various hotels in the area. Is that fair to say?
That's correct.
Okay.
That's correct. Our main center is the Red Roof Inn.
Okay.
Down on Highway 109. You can stop in there at any time, go to the front desk, talk to the management about the rod vendors, and they can give you the information that you need for the tournament, or to get a good look at the hotel, and that's what we're going to be headquarters at.
Okay. All right.
To kind of add on to that, you know, we've also, over the last year, partnered with the La Quinta Inn and Suites as well as an overflow hotel, giving the anglers that there's quite a large percentage of the anglers that fish with us that come from other parts of the region. So that's, again, part of the economic impact. You know, these guys are coming in days early to practice, so they're in our town spending money in gas, food, and everything else in our local economy. So we want to also have hotels and our partners really work with us, and they give us a good rate. We call the fisherman's rate, the rod bender's rate, and that we can pass on to anglers to save them a few dollars, as well as they get an opportunity to stay in a quality hotel, you know, clean and safe. And that's very important for us as well.
Absolutely. And you talk about the economic impact to the community, and for 11 years you all have been making and bringing that economic impact. And I know last year you kind of gave us some numbers there, not to put you on the spot. Can you kind of give us any?
Well, you know, our calculations show that, you know, when we're in town, over the course of, we come to the lake on average 6 times a year, just on specific rod bender events.
Okay.
Our major tournaments, and coupled with that, our economic impact is north of $400,000. So that driver, you know, there's a calculation that goes, it's called a multiple effect, being able to determine how the dollars turn over in the community. And so we know that that's been a tremendous input and that we've left in the community, and we want to grow.
Absolutely. And we thank you all for being in the community for 11 years, because Mr. Chamber was talking about, not only is for the anglers, but it's for family and children as well, because last year I got an opportunity to see one of the videos that you all produced, and I'm sure you all produce another one this year.
Yes, we will.
Yes.
We're about to get it hot. We're editing now.
Oh, okay. All right. Talk a little bit about some of the events, and Mr. Champion alluded to it when he was on, about some of the things that's going to be taking place, the jump arounds and various other things.
You know what we've incorporated over the last few years. Again, we want to make it family friendly. We have opportunities for the children to come out, you know, the small kids, jumpy houses. We have a cash cube, which I really love. Everybody, adults be trying to get in it, where the kids get an opportunity to get in, and it blows money inside the cash cube. We put X amount of dollars in, and they've got, you know, 30 seconds to grab as much as they can out of the air, and the kids really love it. And we've got a couple other games, hoop shoot, that we do, and again, dealing with another one of our local vendors, the sport, laser sports out of LaGrange. And so they're an organization that supported us very well over the years as well. Okay. So we also will have, like Mr. Champion mentioned earlier, we do a drawing where the kids can draw the win prizes. We try to have enough so that even the kids that might not draw, we give them something. All coming from our sponsors at Pure Fishing, that work in conjunction with us, Ducket Fishing, some of the other sponsors that support us, TH Marine.
Okay, well, very good. Cash cube, you don't have to go back to that.
Yeah, the cash cube. It's fun. It's like a telephone booth, you know. And you get in, you put your glasses on, and you can't reach down. You got to grab the money out of the air.
What's the age limit? You have to be.
Yeah, you guys, you can't get in.
Oh, okay. I thought.
We can let you in it, but we won't put no money in it.
Okay. All right. So again, it's for family, and there's going to be food.
There's going to be food.
Is there any charge for people coming?
Well, what we're doing this year, we're trying to support the local vendors a little bit more. We feed the anglers that fish with us for free. We provide the food for them as part of the tournament experience. But we will have vendors on site that's charging a nominal fee for those families coming out to buy a hot dog, a drink, or something for them. Okay. We will have a local ice cream truck as well, and a couple other vendor trucks on site that are also local-based businesses.
Okay, all right, very good. And again, this is free to the public, other than the things that they can purchase from the various vendors. And it's going to be April the 16th. Here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I know that the last couple of years the weather wasn't as cooperative.
Yeah.
But this is a rain or shine event, correct?
Yes, it is, rain or shine.
Okay.
We were fortunate and blessed enough that it started out on that Friday. It was a little rainy. But by the time we started on Saturday, it got to be a beautiful day, and end of the day we came out. Local radio station, the Eagle, will be on site, doing a broadcast from the venue. We're working on WALR KISS 104.1 out of Atlanta, being here on site, and maybe some of our other media partners. So we really try to make it a really exciting event. We try to give as much exposure for our beautiful West Point Lake. There's so many people that don't know about this beautiful resource. And for us, the challenge is, we can do a lot of different things in the middle of doing what we do. Right. And if we can expose more people to come out of the city or from around the region to see us, about it. And that's why we promote this lake wherever we go, whether we're at Lanier. We're always trying to get the Lanier guys, and we're over in South Carolina, to come to our home lake, right. Experience it. So Bassmasters and all the other big, large national organizations, come here on some of the tournament tours, and they know the quality of fishery that it is. But they kind of come in and they leave, and they don't really leave some of the same assets in the community that we do. So that's why it's important to have organizations like us and others that support tournaments on the water to really support them.
Absolutely. All right, well, Kenny, as we close out, if you had one word to say to the community, what would that word be, or what would you tell them? What statement would you want to leave them with?
Come, have great fun, enjoy the activities, and see some great fishermen.
All right. And I wanted to talk a little bit as we close out. I know my time is gone, but quickly, if you don't mind, Dale, because I know you're the marketing director, you know this. First, second, and third place winners of last year's tournament.
Ooh. I don't remember their names. I remember giving them the $6,000 check.
I just so happened to write them down. I think it was Mr. Roy Phillips, first place.
No.
It was, well, anyway, that was the information that I was given. But again, we're being joined today by Mr. Dale Hill and Mr. Kenny Collins here. Gentlemen, it is always a pleasure to sit down with you all, and we know that the people in the community will come out and enjoy this 11th annual homecoming tournament here on West Point Lake.
We want the local folks to understand also that we raise money for charities, and one of our major charities is Wounded Warrior Project. We have a lot of veterans that are part of our organization. We have such a heart for the men and women who serve this wonderful country of ours that we want to try, this is our way to try to give back. We also raise funds to take at-risk kids fishing, getting them in that great outdoors and understand that this is another place instead of that TV and that device to get out in what God has made for us.
Absolutely. Gentlemen, it's always a pleasure to sit down with you all. And I'm going to get out this year to the tournament myself. I'm not any fisherman by chance. I'm gonna see if I can get in the boat with Roy though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can learn something.
Oh, can learn something.
Yes,
that's
sir.
Right. Gentlemen, thank you all for being on the show.
Alton,
today.
thank you for having us.
All right.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned for more City Week in just a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining City Week this week. My guests have been from the rod vendors. I had on Mr. Eddie Champion, the president, also the winner of 3 titles, Mr. Roy Phillips. I had on the marketing director, Mr. Dale Hill, and also the assistant marketing director, Mr. Kenny Collins, as they talked about the 11th annual homecoming tournament that will be taking place here on April the 16th at Pine Road Park, beautiful West Point Lake. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you've enjoyed those interviews, and by always come out, enjoy the tournament, and you might just learn something from the very great anglers here in our communities. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you've enjoyed those interviews, and as always, I want to invite you back for more of City Week.